1. Why do healthy girl children grow into undernourished women in India? GS Paper 2. Issues relating to development and management of social sector, services relating to health, education, human resources. Why recently in news? Recent research. Do boys eat better than girls in India? Longitudinal evidence from Young Lives shows that adolescent girls are not as well fed as boys of their age. Why is it important? This can probably help us solve the puzzle of why women fare badly on nutritional health indicators in India when an average girl child aged less than 5 years is healthier than her male peers. What does the study says? The study shows two things. 1. There is a gender gap in dietary diversity for all age groups except 12-year-olds. Dietary diversity seeks to measure the number of food groups consumed by a child in the past 24 hours. It is a well-accepted proxy for nutritional status of children and adolescents in low and middle-income countries. 2. The gap in favor of boys is the most marked in 15-year-old children. What explains these gender gaps in nutritional status? According to the paper, some of these relate to in India, where meals are usually shared from the same pot. Parents may be able to discriminate between siblings by providing an egg, a piece of fruit or a glass of milk to the preferred child at a given age. These findings are in contrast with earlier finding which says that female are not disadvantaged in consumption of food, and if they are, then it may be because of anthropometric status, backed by data on anthropometric indicator. The advantage for girl child is seen to exist across multiple rounds of the National Family Health Survey, NFHS, data. These data does not explain why the average healthier girl child grows up to become an undernourished woman in India. Recently fourth round of NFHS, 2015-16, shows that there is a much higher prevalence of anemia and below normal body mass index, BMI, among women in comparison to men in India. Conclusion. Latest evidence showing that gender discrimination in nutrition might be starting not in childhood but in adolescence might help us solve this puzzle. Perhaps, these evidence would also act as a signal to our policy makers to plug what seems to be a significant loophole in female health in India. 2. Government. To set up sex offenders registry. GS Paper 3, Security. Why recently in news? Government is planning to set up a sex offenders registry, on the lines of those maintained in Western countries including the US and the UK. What it will include? Details of convicted sex offenders like their photograph, addresses, PAN card details, Aadhaar card number, fingerprint details and DNA samples. Even the details of juvenile sex offenders will be included. On the website of National Crime Records Bureau, NCRB. Why is it needed? Citizens have the right to know whether a potential employee or a neighbor, for example, have a past record of conviction. Will be helpful for law enforcement agencies. Providing personal details on regular basis will ensure effective supervision of sex offenders and reduce future offenses. It will bring fear in the minds of repeat sexual offenders. Problems with such registry. Alienation of convicts from the society after their release. Once on the list, all possibility for a convict to improve and move on in life will be lost. This will tantamount to double punishment. Sex offenders have already served a jail sentence. On their release, shaming by the society will be another punishment. What are the government plans for this database? Plans is to publicize offenders' photographs, addresses, PAN card details, Aadhaar card number, fingerprints and DNA samples through this database registry. As of now, it will include registration of individuals convicted for offenses like rape, voyeurism, stalking and aggravated sexual assault, and also includes the possibility of registration of offenders below and above 18 years.